Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Charles Sabansu, and welcome you guys to another episode of the DREAMERSPRO show. We cover everything from sports, hot topics, classic debates, entertainment, and we give you guys a fresh perspective on things. And we see them. And today we got a pretty interesting episode for you guys. Well, before we get into it, please make sure you like the video and subscribe to the channel. Today we're going to be talking about that damn Malika Andrews. Now, why are we even producing this show? Right? Why are we even producing this show? Here's the reason why. As you guys know, Dr. J recently published his top 10 list, right? His top 10 players of all time list. And in this list, he had players like Bill Russell, Wilt Chamberlain, Oscar Robertson, Jerry West, Elgin Baylor. Then he had, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Michael Jordan, Irvin Magic Johnson, Karl Malone, and Tiny Archibald, right? Now, this particular list that he put out, a good amount of people have disagreed with his list, saying that this is wrong of him, blah, 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 which is fine. Everybody gave their opinion on it. We even produced a show around this. Fantastic. So today I was listening to a segment from ESPN Radio, and Jay Williams was on there. And they were basically dissecting the reason why Dr. J would leave LeBron James off of his top 10 list, right? So they're talking, giving their points back and forward. Then a caller calls in. And the gentleman says, hey, listen, that's his opinion. I would have LeBron in my top 10, whatever. But the guy goes, my top 10 consists of Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, I think he said Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Bill Russell, and I think Magic Johnson. So he says his piece. He comes off the air, and the lady goes, I just don't see why any way you would have Kobe Bryant in the top 10, in the top 5. I don't see why you would have Kobe Bryant in the top 5, right? And the moment she said that, the moment this lady said this, it reminded me of the time on ESPN a while ago when the Lakers were struggling around the time they had Russell Westbrook. And on the panel, they had, I believe, Kendrick Perkins, Matt Barnes, Malika Andrews, and maybe someone else, if my memory serves me properly. So during the segment, they were talking about ways the Lakers can kind of dig themselves out of that hole, considering the level of talent that they had with the Russell Westbrook, with the LeBron James, with an Anthony Davis, with, these guys. And Matt Barnes, who was a teammate of Kobe Bryant, essentially started to say the truth about Kobe, his leadership style, and how if it was Kobe Bryant, that if it was Kobe Bryant steering the ship, he would totally, if it was Kobe Bryant steering the ship, he would have totally handled things totally differently. And as he was talking, you could see Malika Andrews like with this expression on her face, like, yo, what are you talking about? And then I didn't even think he finished his point. She didn't even allow him to finish. And then she starts going off about why Kobe Bryant would not have done a better job. So what we want to do is want to play exactly what Malika Andrews had to say here about Kobe. And then we're gonna come back and react to the comments. I'll take a listen to that there.
You look at someone like a possibly Kobe Bryant, when I've seen him personally get in people's face and just cuss them out to their damn near in tears, and they're grown men. Michael Jordan probably would have been fighting his teammates if he had to see some of the stuff that these guys do. So I feel like what makes LeBron great, he's always been knocked out. He's not a killer. He'll make the right pass, and I've always loved that. But I also think sometimes that hurts him because, not saying I've never had him as a leader, and I'm sure he has his ways of particularly leading this team. But I know for a fact if the two guys that I mentioned before saw some of the effort and energy that he saw from his teammates this year, it would have been an issue.
I mean, when Kobe, Dwight, and Nash all had injuries, though, they didn't win a playoff game.
They got to the playoffs, though.
But they didn't win a game. Neither did this Lakers team. The year 19, when he was averaging 22 on 37% shooting, Kobe did. The Lakers, they went 10 and 25 in the games that he played in. So I'm not sure I understand what you're saying, Matt, but I'm not so sure it's well, Kobe Bryant would have been the white horse.
So you heard what Malika Andrews had to say there. First of all, let me just be honest with y'all. When she was saying that, I was pretty I was pretty annoyed, right? I was pretty annoyed. I was pretty annoyed because, first of all, what she was saying wasn't the truth. The fact of the matter is not the truth. The Lakers, the year they got Russell Westbrook, they did not make it into the play-in tournament. Forget about the playoffs. They didn't make it into the play-in tournament. At the very least, Kobe's Lakers actually got to the playoffs and lost in round 1 to the San Antonio Spurs. So for Malika Andrews to just try to brush over that and say like, and act like, oh, no, it's not the same. Like, no, it's quite different. One guy got to the playoffs and the other guy didn't, number one. Number two, the other guy actually made a declaration that the Lakers would make the playoffs, and the other guy told you that the storm was coming, and it was we all ran outside with our umbrellas, and it was a bunch of drizzling. That's the fundamental difference. So that's the first part that needs correction. The second part she threw in there, which was a Nick Wright move. She said, but the year Kobe Bryant shot 36%. First of all, the year Kobe Bryant shot 36%, what happened to Kobe Bryant? He ruptured his Achilles tendon, right? I think he did. Because the year before, he was putting up amazing numbers. So what happened? Kobe got trashed all of a sudden? Well, no, he didn't. Not only a facetious, that's even the wrong word. Only a person that's a liar would go up there and state something like that when they know that they're withholding some information from very ignorant viewers who may not know this. So they will hear that information and run with it and start regurgitating it all over the internet. Kobe hurt himself that year. The second point is the year that you're mentioning Kobe Bryant shooting 36%, was he playing with two other top 75 players? Help me understand. Who was the player on his roster that was on the level of an Anthony Davis or Russell Westbrook? I'll wait for you to give me this information. It never happened. And this goes back to the reason why Kobe Bryant called people at ESPN a bunch of idiots. I think people like this have taken it personally against Kobe because he called them a bunch of buffoons. He said this publicly and some of their absurd rankings and all of these different things. Now, some of you guys may be saying, but wait a minute, you could be capping. You could be capping. What if this audio of Jay Williams and these guys, what if they never said it? I never heard anybody disrespect Kobe. Well, for those who are doubting, we want to play exactly what this lady, I don't even care to know her name, was today, and Jay Williams, or what they had to say about Kobe Bryant. Take a listen to that.
I don't have an issue with it. I just think that people should not have a big deal about it, because everybody has. I mean, at the end of the day, look, is that a bad thing if people don't pick LeBron as his top five? Because I don't put. Listen, my top fives are Michael, Magic, Russell, Kobe, and Kareem.
That's fine, but will LeBron James be your top 10? Because we're doing a top 10 list, not a top 5.
So that's the problem. That was my problem. And thanks so much for the call, Manny. Like, my problem was the 10, and man, I vehemently disagree about having Kobe in a top 5 and not LeBron. But nevertheless, like, my problem is that if we're giving 10 players, like, who in this country doesn't have LeBron in a top 10 list?
So you heard it there for yourselves. ESPN has one of the most idiotic top 10 lists I've ever heard. In their top 10, they have Kobe Bryant at number 9. That is a flagrantly stupid list, in my opinion. If Kobe Bryant is not in the top 5, I can't take your list seriously at all. Because now I got to go through the players you have in the top 5, and I'm going to have some questions. You have Kareem in the top 5, no problem. But if you have a caliber player like Kareem, then you got to have a caliber player like Michael Jordan. But obviously, right? So you got Jordan. That makes sense to me. You got Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. That makes sense to me. So who's left? Some people may say, well, Magic Johnson. Well, if you put Magic Johnson, how the hell could Magic Johnson make it in the top 5, but Kobe Bryant can? Kobe Bryant beat more 51 teams in the span of 2 years than Magic Johnson ever faced in his entire career. Kobe Bryant has as much rings as Magic Johnson. Kobe Bryant was the better offensive player, the better defensive player. What are we talking about here? Like, what are we discussing here? So how does Magic Johnson get to make it? Magic Johnson has made a ton of all-NBA teams. So has Kobe Bryant. Help me. What am I missing here? What am I not understanding? So if Michael Jordan is the greatest player of all time, Kobe's the closest thing we've seen to Jordan, but he doesn't make it in the top 5. What kind of stupidity is this? Well, it's not stupidity. It's flat out hating. So I can't respect no list if Kobe Bryant's not in the top 5. I cannot respect your list. I cannot, and I think you're a troll or you're a hater. And I've said it before, and I'm going to reiterate the point. And really, it's up to who cares for you to be bothered by it. Kobe Bryant was the guy they had to remove out of the GOAT debate. He's the guy. He's the guy whenever you bring him up. Oh, no, why are you mentioning Kobe? Because these guys know you can't. If what you got to do is trash Kobe to make LeBron look like he's big and then put him next to Jordan. I don't care what y'all feel about it. It is what it is. Suzette, you can make as many videos about me, ride on my meat. It don't matter. You still trash anyway. Nobody watching your channel, bro. You don't put my name in the title, nobody's checking for you. Nobody's checking for you. spending 2 hours on a live. How much you made on that video, bro? What you did? Big baller. What did you do? So I'm gonna keep it 100. And this is the reason why. They disrespected this dude a lot with their stupid lists that they put out. How you got this dude 9? Help me understand. And you got the players. I'm like, wait, hold up, what? You got Larry Bird ahead of Kobe Bryant? How? You got Magic Johnson ahead of Kobe? How? How? Help me understand it. How? Dude is 5-7 in the finals. He has a winning record in the finals. He faced more tough teams than anybody in the top 5, in the top 10. Yes, Kobe Bryant did face the most competition of anybody in the top 10, and he won 2 championships back to back without a second top 10 player. He's the only player in the top 10 to win 2 championships in a row without another top 75 teammate and beat 3 top 75 teammates. Who else did that? Who? He has the most game winners in NBA history, arguably the most clutch player in NBA history, obviously one of the top 10 defensive players of all time. Go look up how many all defensive teams Kobe's made. Go look how many all first defensive teams he's made for a guard or wing. Like, what are we talking about here? He made twice as many all defensive teams as LeBron did. What are we discussing? He has the highest scoring average of his era, including LeBron. What are we discussing? What are we dealing with here? So if you ain't got Kobe in your top 10, I think you're an idiot. Flat out. Or you're a hater. And I can't respect no list with a top 5 without Kobe Bryant. I can't. I got LeBron in my top 5. But there's no list you're going to bring me and tell me, oh, nah, we're not rocking like that. I'm not twerking it up for you. I'm sorry. You can keep your ones and toss it to somebody else. Toss them to Nick Wright or Shannon Sharp. They'll twerk for you. Bands will make them dance. Ain't gonna make me dance. Catch y'all on the next one. Peace.